Alright, hello and welcome everybody. Once again, my name is Conman. Today we're going to revisit D.va. So the patch is live. Today is the 16th? I don't even know what the hell day it is. Today's the 17th. Aha! Today's the 17th. It's the day after the patch, as a matter of fact. So D.va is officially live on the live servers as of yesterday morning, yesterday afternoon, whenever they finally put the patch through. So we've got D.va live, we have Alarak rework is a go, the Dahaka changes we spoke about before are a go, the Tyrande changes are live as well. I know we did kind of a little show and tell with D.va earlier when she was on the PTR. I wanted to do more of a full video since we're still kind of floating around that area in the alphabet, and now that she is out and ready to go. I did take a look at the patch notes for live compared to the PTR. I did not see any changes in terms of the numbers or the abilities or anything like that. Everything seemed to be status quo, so if you had played her on the PTR, then she's basically exactly the same. Then you'll know what you're getting yourself into. No surprises there. Nothing seemed to have been adjusted up or down. You know, that may change, of course. You know how Blizzard likes to do things. You know how Blizzard likes to do things. But for now, it's exactly as it was on the PTR. So let's talk about D.va. So D.va is a warrior. She is more of a bruiser type. I imagine she'll be really good as a second warrior. I don't know if she'll be a solo tank, and we can talk about that. I think she'll be good as a second warrior. She can do a surprising amount of damage. She can set up some good combos. She can be, if you get her in the right position, she can mitigate a lot of enemy damage, which I think will be a big deal. You know, imagine Zarya. Also, you know, hey, from Overwatch, what do you know? Speaking of Overwatch, so D.va is from Overwatch, obviously. If you've played Overwatch, her kit will be, I imagine, will be fairly similar, you know, familiar to you. I've not played a whole lot of Overwatch, so I'm going to assume that nobody knows what the hell they're talking about, because that's what I am. Anyway, so D.va actually has two forms. She has mech mode and she's got pilot mode. So let's take a look and start with mech mode. So mech mode is what you see right here. No armor, anything like that, but she does walk slow. You see 85% base movement speed. So she's walking a little bit slowly, more slowly I should say than anything else. She does have a couple of abilities to help her change that, so let's take a look at those abilities. First one, her Q is boosters. Increase her movement speed 125%, excuse me, take for 2 seconds. Enemies that are hit take a bunch of damage, and they're knocked away. So we go like this. First, just to see, you see it actually boosts her speed up to 225%. Of regular speed, so you're going to be faster than a mount. I mean, you can catch up to some people that way. It doesn't last all that long, but also we can do one of these. You see, we knock somebody away. Now notice, we can only knock them away once. This isn't an effect like Chen's Wandering Keg, where you can just continually bump somebody kind of in a circle or knock them toward you. You get one chance. I mean, you do have enough time to kind of run around somebody, but that's it. You can't hit them more than once. So you can use this to chase people down. You can use this to kind of finish off a kill or just get in somebody's grill. You can use it as an escape tool. You're not unstoppable, so you can be CC'd. You know, you can be stunned out of it. I've definitely gone to dash and gotten CC'd in the face. I did play a couple games with her yesterday on the live quick matches, and I got my ass handed to me, quite frankly. In most of them, anyway. Yeah, so she can get stunned out of it, so you can stun like a boosting D.va out of that. Something to keep in mind there. The other ability that she gets is her W is Defense Matrix. Channel defensive shield in the target direction for 3 seconds, reducing the damage dealt by enemy heroes by 75%. So this is how it looks if I'm going to do this here. Let's go like this. So it locks you in. You can move. You can attack while Defense Matrix is up. You can't use any abilities or anything like that. You can move, but it locks you in the position. You see, like, my feet are kind of spinning around and rotating under me. It locks you in that position, in that particular direction, in the orientation that you're at. So it doesn't work on minions, but any hero that you're in, let's see, let's go over here and play with Arthas for a second. Like that. If he's going to do anything, no, he's silly and doesn't contribute. So this area over here, that shows you how much damage has been mitigated. We'll give it 3 seconds. I want to purposely not use toggle cooldowns for a moment. We'll go like this. There we go. All right, so there, that shows the damage right there that was kind of reduced from Arthas while they were in it. It's an AoE ability. It can happen multiple times. You know, you can target multiple heroes at once. So this is kind of a thing when your heroes, when your team kind of dives in, they're in trouble. You can turn around and drop Matrix on them, and on the enemy heroes, I should say, and maybe mitigate some of that damage, and kind of save their bacon, or really just go all in a push or in a team fight. Her last ability, so she's in a mech. Her last ability is self-destruct, and you notice I don't have it by default. You've kind of seen this number here gone up a little bit. You know, if you play Tracer, this will be familiar. She's got kind of the charge that goes up. So there's a way to charge. There's two ways to charge this essentially. Well, without talents, without taking talents, there's two ways to charge this. The first one, just attack. Just attack. You attack. Every 2 seconds doing basic attacks, this goes up. You see this is going to go up a little bit. While we're talking about basic attacks, you'll notice this little rectangular area is her target radius. So if there are any, like right now this is just the target, the target dummy. If there are multiple enemies in this little rectangle here, they will all take damage. So if I go, and you can move, as you see, you can move and rotate around. You'll kind of spin around the target that you're highlighted on while you're attacking. So you can attack move slowly because you're 85%. But if I were to do something like this, you'll see I'm damaging more than one of them. I'm doing damage to all three of these guys. Now the other thing you'll notice, the other way to charge this up is to take damage. You see, as these guys take damage, this is charging up much more quickly. So that's the other way that you can charge up your self-destruct. I think here, what do we got? It is, back off a little bit. It is 30% charge per 100% mech health lost. You don't necessarily have to lose the mech. You don't. You could heal. You could get healed. So obviously, if you're getting healed, if you have support, if you've got some healers on your team who are doing their job and keeping you alive, as you take a whole bunch of damage, you're going to increase your self-destruct ability. Self-destruct is pretty nifty, and there are a couple reasons why. First, I'm going to show you what happens if you run out of health as a mech. We're going to pop into what's called pilot mode for a second. Let's go play with these guys. I'm just going to stand here. I'm going to stop shooting, and I'm going to let them beat me up. It's going to take a moment. Alright, come on guys. You're taking your sweet time. I'm too high level, too strong. Getting all that charge there. Alright, there we go. So this will pop you out into pilot mode. We'll revisit pilot mode in just a second, but you'll see you got a cooldown. So if you lose your mech, that's not a full kill. It actually counts as 50%. It counts as half a death. So it counts as half a death, 50% XP, kind of how like Murky works or the Vikings work or something like that. It's a half kill, like Misha and Rexar, for example. So your cooldown is 45 seconds by default. You can attack, and each attack will lower this cooldown by a half second. So as I attack anything, any basic attack will lower the cooldown by a half second, and then once it's back up, you can just toggle E and go right back into mech mode. So that is mech mode, and I'm going to toggle cooldowns again. And when this is charged, you're going to get this icon, and you can self-destruct. It's going to look like this. Boom. So takes I think 4 seconds. 4 seconds to charge up. 4 seconds to kind of go through the motions. Anything in it will take a huge amount of damage. I mean, this is level 22, so obviously you're up in the kind of the end game, but you're taking 949 to almost 3,000 damage. It's based on distance, so the closer you are, the more damage you're going to take. But that's a kill. I mean, that's almost 3,000 damage. That's almost a kill against a lot of the squishier heroes. I mean, you can imagine a lot of the people if you can get catch anybody in that self-destruct, you're going to do some damage. It does take 4 seconds to go off. So your job as the self-destruct, if you're not using self-destruct just to bail out, and we'll talk about why you would bail out in a second, if you're using it offensively or something like that, the trick is to figure out a way to get people caught in it, whether it be root them, whether it be CC them, stuff like that. Get them caught in the explosion. So the other reason why you might, the reason why you might want to use it just to bail out, if you self-destruct, that's not a death. You see, that's still 0.5. That gives no experience to the enemy team. Plus, once this explodes, we'll wait for it to go off. It's got a pretty big radius too. Once it explodes, you instantly have call mech available. Now I've got cooldowns on, so it would be up anyway. But even without toggle cooldowns, if you self-destruct, your call mech is instantly available, so you can immediately go right back into the mech when you want to. A couple things to keep in mind here. You can do stuff like this. You can dash and then self-destruct, and you can send your mech off, kind of going forward. You can dash self-destruct, and then actually cancel the dash early. So you can kind of, if you can time it and place it exactly where you want it to go. This counts, your exploding mech counts as a hero. So it counts as a hero, and by that I mean you can target it. I think, you know, people can leap into it if they can target heroes. Stitches can helping hand, the Stitches on your team can helping hand pull it. I think the enemy team Stitches can pull it if he's silly and does that. But your Stitches can helping hand pull it. I think Alarak can telekinesis, you know, stuff like that. Things that'll push it. I wonder, I think it would work to self-destruct and have like Falstad do a gust and blow. I don't know if that would work because it's a friendly. I'm not sure actually. That might not work. I haven't tested that particular interaction out. I haven't gone through all the interactions that goes through with the exploding mech. But end of the story is when you are outside of the mech. Now you're in pilot form. So when you're in pilot form, you're very, very weak. You see, I've only got 2,600 health, and this is at level 22. You're very, very squishy. You're very fragile. You have no crowd control. You have no escape abilities. You're super weak. You got to be careful. You do get a mount. You can actually mount up in pilot form. Thing about pilot form is you do a whole bunch of damage. I mean, look at that. That's, you know, 130 per tick, and you get 4 ticks per second. I mean, that's 500 damage a second. That's quite a lot of damage if you can, you know, get in range and do stuff like that. So it's risk reward with pilot mode. You do got to be careful. You're going to want to attack stuff to lower your cooldown more quickly if you come to it, but you also don't want to get too close. You know, if you get stunned or you get CC'd, it's almost lights out. You know, unless you have some backups. You got to be careful about that. So that's kind of D.va in a nutshell. I'm not sure if there's anything else that I should be mentioning or that I haven't mentioned or anything like that that I hadn't already talked about on the PTR. Let's take a quick peek at the ults. We'll look at both ults. She gets 2 ultimates, one for pilot mode, one for mech mode. Let's hop back in the mech. We'll do the mech one first. First one is Bunny Hop. Bunny Hop is mech mode only. You can only use it in mech mode. 100-second cooldown. You become unstoppable and you stomp around. It's actually kind of funny. Check this out. So this is by default, and then you'll see if I toggle. There we go. If I go near the hero, it'll do a bunch of damage, and it slows them. You see, it slows enemies. So you can use this as an engage. You could probably use it as a disengage and do some damage. You know, you kind of like dash in, all right, and then immediately just go something like that.
A killing blow.
So there are definitely uses for this. You know, in team fights, you can target. You know, it's AOE, so you can hit a whole bunch of people at once, and it will slow them all down. I think the damage is, I don't know how much damage this is going to do, even if you're standing still. Let's take a look. Over 4 seconds. Okay, yeah. I mean, that's over 1,000 at level 22. I mean, that's not insignificant at all if you hit somebody. And it is AOE, so you can do this against multiple people, all in one shot. Plus the slowdown will be great if you're trying to really just go in hard on someone and kind of take them out of the fight. So that is, again, only in mech form. So when we are in pilot mode, you see this is grayed out. Can't use it. Just can't use it. It's not available. Now the opposite is true of her ability in pilot form, which is Big Shot. So Big Shot. Let me toggle cooldowns here. I'm gonna actually do one of these. Let's go get killed. I'm gonna get killed real fast. I'm gonna show you something about pilot mode. So Big Shot is it's got about a half-second wind-up. I think it's got a half-second. It doesn't actually tell you. It's got about a half-second wind-up time, and it shoots off like a big bolt. It's a skill shot. It does actually a solid chunk of damage. I mean, this is 593 at level 22. That is pretty good. 4-second cooldown, so it's got a very short cooldown. You can do a whole bunch of damage at this. You know, it'll hit all the enemies in the line. I think aside from the damage, the big bonus to this is it's going to reduce the cooldown of Call Mech, which is what I want to show off, which is why I'm going to go. I'm letting these mercs beat on me again. All right, here we go. So my cooldown is at 40 seconds. I'm going to go hit the target dummy. Bang. Now it's down to 30. It's only what's going to work on heroes, I'm fairly sure. Yep, enemy heroes. Boom. That's a big shot. That's, you know, solid damage. You're in the middle of all of a sudden, you know, you get knocked out of your mech, you fire out some shots, you can do a big chunk of damage in a short distance, and now your cooldown is almost all the way back up. So that's Big Shot. It's pretty useful. I'm a fan of it. I've taken it most of the game so far. So, you know, it's definitely situational depending on your comp. If you're going to be out of your mech. She's really, really strong when she's outside in pilot form. I mean, you're going to take some damage here, But I mean, I think you can actually more quickly take Merc camps. Maybe this Merc camp isn't the best one to go for. But you can certainly, you know, I'm doing this much more quickly in pilot mode than I was in mech mode, for example. You know, also something to keep in mind. You see how I've got low health here. If I hop back up, all right, and now I'm at full health. So essentially, if you're at super low health in pilot mode, you hop into your mech. When you get knocked out, you'll instantly be at full health in pilot mode again. You're not gonna have to worry about, oh man, like I mech'd up at like 10 health. You're gonna get picked off right away. You do certainly have to get worried about roots and CC once your mech goes down. You know, if you got a smart Malfurion and sees the mech go down, he's gonna throw a root on you, stuff like that. So that's D.va in a nutshell. I think she's pretty fun. I wish I played her better, but we're gonna check it out right now. See how we do. Hopefully she is 750 gems on the live server right now, 15,000 gold. If you have either of those, yep. We don't want to worry about the brawl right now. D.va is it.
I play to win.
Let's check it out. This is an interesting comp. I don't think it's going to get locked in. This would be a whole bunch of damage. Not much CC. Oh, it does go through. How about that? Okay, so we got a Murky. So we got some push. We got a Zul'jin. Lots of damage. Genji can be some damage. And Alarak, the new Alarak. So a good Alarak will be pretty solid. We're going to play in Warhead Junction. So the map has rotated. The maps have rotated, so there's some new maps that are in the rotation. Warhead is in there. There's a post about it on the patch notes. I think there's 9 maps right now. There's a couple of them in there. Battlefield of Eternity is back. I'm fairly certain Hanamura is still there. I don't remember the whole rotation right now. I know I was playing Battlefield last night. So check that out. You know, to see if the maps that you like are back. So we're 5 solos. They are 2-2-1. They also have a Murky. They have no front line, so this might work in our favor. The Murkies kind of cancel each other out. We can dive in on Chromie. We're gonna have to worry about their damage. They're gonna have a lot of damage. They will have a lot of burst potential. Valyria can stun, and Falstad and Chromie can dive in. They're gonna have a lot of CC between Valyria and Kerrigan. So it's interesting. It's gonna be a matter of how we can mitigate. I'm gonna try and peel for the team. So Warhead is going to be a huge map, so I'm not going to take my usual level 1 pick. And I forgot the name of the one I'm going to take, but I'll show you as soon as we get in. Yeah, I'm curious how this goes. The global for Falstad will be pretty solid on this map. I do like, as you can see, they show the numbers on the portraits now. I mean, they kept the colors, which is great, but now they show the actual full number. I mean, I don't know why they didn't do that in the first place. It just makes it so much easier, to read. Actually, speaking of that Falstad, that dude's level 36, so maybe he'll be the weak link on their team, and we all have pretty solid numbers comparatively. Not that account level is any indication of skill, but certainly there's more experience in playing 717 games or levels than there is for 36. Who knows? We'll see how this goes. If it will load anytime soon. Maybe Valyria will DC. We don't have to even deal with her. I'm actually also pretty fond of the new Alarak stuff. He's almost the same. I think there was 1 or 2 changes from the PTR notes. The Dahaka stuff can't speak. The Dahaka stuff looked like it stayed pretty much the same. So we do have to go back and check out both of those and see how that changed at all. All right, here we go. So my level 1 pick is going to be a little different. I'm not going to take Hit the Nitrous. I'm going to take Rushdown. This is a huge map. So Rushdown, if you use your booster and you don't use any damage, you don't do any damage, or you don't take any damage. Basically, there it goes again. If you don't use or take any damage, so you just use it to get somewhere, cooldown is reduced by 5 seconds. It's going to be a big deal. It's going to be a big map. You're going to be jetting all over the place. So you're going to want to get out of combat and then just bolt the hell out of there, and then you'll be able to get back to where you're going much more quickly. I think this is a solid choice on this map, just kind of mitigation, stuff like that. Alright, here we go. There we go. So just like this, booster up, And we got a 5-second cooldown already, so this is going to be ready to fly once we get in here. Looks like our Murky is going to go top shelf. I'm okay with that. Alright, Murky is mid, Chromie is there. There we go. That's how we do that. I'm surprised nobody made a pull for the watchtower. There we go. Alright. Genji is going to go bottom. How's Alarak doing? Is he needing help? Oh, I saw Valera. Yep. I saw her stealth. You can, I don't think I mentioned this before, you can cancel Defense Matrix early. If you find yourself out of position, maybe the enemy moves, you could cancel it early. Let's grab this globe. Alright, we do have to watch out. Valera is going to be the trouble for Alarak because Alarak is going to rely on not getting killed. That's going to be his bread and butter here. There we go, good job. Was that Murky? I didn't see who that was. Was that Valera? That looks like it was Murky. He's gonna get away. Let's use some of that. I'm gonna lose my mech, which I do have to watch out for. There's Valera. I saw her coming up. There really wasn't. I was on cooldown. There wasn't a whole lot I could do there. I really just should have bailed out. That's my fault. I'm gonna get killed here. Yep. So that is 100% my fault. So I really wanted to save Alarak. I knew I was in a bad state, and I stayed there. I tried to go back in, and then ultimately what happened is I lost my mech in a bad spot. I was in the middle of three people, two of which have got some CC, and that was kind of the end of that. They're gonna get the nuke up top. There really isn't a whole lot that I can do.
Warheads collected.
Alright, Alarak is in dangerous territory there. I'm trying to boost up. I don't think I'm going to make it. Who got the nuke on their side? Oh, we lost both nukes. Chromie got the one. There's 3 bottom. This is just as bad as it goes at this point. So we've got nobody middle. I'm going to cycle up here, take the watchtower, and go middle. Alright, we're gonna mute that because I don't need a million pings. So I get that. I get Genji's worried about that fort. We're gonna push this fort. I mean, that's kind of a trade-off. Bottom fort's probably more important because of the boss. That's okay. Plus we get the XP for mid since nobody is in mid. That's the other thing. Like, nobody is in mid right here. This is just free experience. I just marched that last wave into the wall. We might talk about. I know. I mentioned this is kind of more of like based in, aimed at beginners. Good job, Genji. I know this is kind of aimed at beginners. I do talk about some techniques and some things that may not be. Oh, gotta bail out. That may not be obvious to some people. So I might do some stuff about that later. Alright, here, have some of that. I'm going to tag the well. Now my self-destruct is up, so I can use this at will. I see Kerrigan up in the watchtower. Do need to be careful. We almost got both of those towers down. That would have been nice to do. I'm not quite sure why Falstad bailed out. I'm not going to complain. So we still have Murky on bottom, and he's doing work down there. We don't need 3 people middle. Like, one of us really should go bottom, I think. I don't know where they are. Are they all up there? So there's 2. I see 3 of them on the map. I really wish I knew where the last one was. Here you go. How you doing, buddy? I pulled this way too far. Let's get back in here. I don't know where you went, unfortunately. I'm going to try and take this warhead. I'm going to get the warhead. There you go, there you go.
Is now ready.
I'm going to use this on this. I probably don't need it. I just want to get rid of it.
Update.
I apparently am not going to get rid of it.
Warheads have been deployed. End update.
I'm not going to get the kill here. I am, however, going to get that.
Launch detected.
Fort eliminated.
Yep, I'm going to get killed unless Alarak saves me.
Enemy new.
Maybe not. Maybe not.
Fort lost.
Target locked.
Nope, I got to be careful. I am low health. Oh, see, that's what I got to watch out for. And I paid the price. That's again, that is definitely a mistake on my end, pushing the envelope too close. I'm gonna go with big shot. We did take that. We left the tower up a little bit. Looks like Zul'jin is gonna get this down here. I think Murky against Chromie could be a fun fight. Zul'jin is almost. Let's go back here. All right, gonna use those boosters right away. Alright, so we're gonna get that. We're also, it looks like we're gonna push down that top fort. Maybe?
Warhead
We've got a
collection completed.
time trap up there. I don't know where the team is, and that's what worries me. Here we go. Whenever I don't see the enemy team on the map, I worry there's a nuke or there's a boss. Although it looks like everybody was right there, and that makes sense. I'm gonna see if I can go help out. I don't. Okay. Okay, great. So we've got 2 forts down. That's a solid start. We are a fort up, which is good. Good news. This is defense matrix, just trying to keep. Oh, that's unfortunate. He was on top of that. Come on, Genji, bail out, dude.
Slain.
Go away.
I'm on it.
Select
There we go.
talent. Enemy slain.
Warhead collection.
I'm gonna take this. Thanks very much. Let's drop this on the bottom.
Nuclear launch detected.
That's why I like self-destruct. It really forced them. It forced them to bail out. Kerrigan ended up getting killed because she hung around too long or she got caught in it. But I was in trouble, and it forced them to bail out. They had to give up the objective, and we used that to take the fort. So that works out in our favor. Oh, there's a bunch of them. Gotta watch out for this. Thank you. Actually, I think that Gust works in our favor. We were in some trouble.
Enemy slain.
Well, she's just gonna stay in stasis and get killed for that.
Termination.
Fantastic. Am I gonna get him? We are.
Termination.
I like that. Hello, Murky. He'll get away. That's okay.
Efficient hunter.
Warhead deployment in process.
Nope, gonna get killed. Missed my big shot, and therefore I paid the price. Not doing too well. 3 deaths, more deaths than I would like. Murky is doing well.
Warhead
And I think the most unfortunate thing about that exchange is that we got killed right as the objectives are about to spawn. Although we do have a couple of camps, that's going to keep Chromie occupied at least for a little while. He got the nuke. Genji may be able to do. Oh, that's bad. Run away. Yep. So Genji really should not engage one-on-one.
All warheads have now been collected.
I'm not going to tell him what he shouldn't, but he engaged one-on-one with his dash and didn't pick him off, and then that was it. He got stunned and he was pretty much done. So we lost both. We lost both nukes. Murky's getting camps though, and that works out. Murky actually has the nuke, so if we can kill him, that would be fantastic. Good job, Alarak. Let's see what we can do. There's the... That is a well done combination. No, go away. You get killed. You are gonna get killed. You are... Have fun with that.
I have brought you glory. Revel in it.
I didn't even take an ability.
Double termination.
Alright, that's fine.
Hunter.
Yeah, I agree. Let's get boss. I'm gonna take this nuke.
Warhead collected.
That is everyone but Murky dead, and we're all right here. I was pretty solid. Come on, guys. We could take boss right now. We could totally take boss. I would love it if I had somebody who could just come help me with the boss. That'd be super neat. Because I don't think I can take this solo. Especially when those little shit things spawn. And here they come. Because I'm super slow. Yep, that's my problem. I gotta watch out for that. Yo, oh, come on. If anybody on the enemy team shows up here, I am just boned. There we go. I'm gonna bail. Oh, Valera could have killed me. I saw her shimmer right as I was walking away. I was porting away. You guys should run because that's their whole team, and I'm not with you. So the boss, my team is getting killed. The boss is doing work. I'm gonna come back into the mech form just in case. I don't trust Valera. That Valera is not over here. Here goes the boss. Now, what I would like is to see the enemy team on the minimap taking the boss. There we go, because I want to go like this.
Nuclear launch detected.
And push the nuke.
Okay with me.
We are going to be in some trouble, though, with...
Warheads are now ready for collection.
Do some stuff, come on.
Eliminated.
Yeah, no kidding. Come on. I saw you.
You lose.
So I don't know if you saw what I did there. I took, at 16, I took GG well played. What GG well played is, I think he's going to get that. What GG well played is, if I get a kill, in pilot form, my mech immediately refreshes. Oop. I also accidentally hit my self-destruct there, and that was silly, because I didn't mean to do that. That's just a mechanical misplay on my part. Finish it. I'm not sure. Maybe we can do it, yeah. It's a good call. We're not 20, but they're not 20. Let's just go and do some stuff, guys. Come on. We're not gonna get here. I don't think we can finish this. I think we need to be careful. Honestly, I don't think we can finish it. I think they're all here. Yeah. Why am I don't want to attack this. I want to get the hell out of here. Yeah. This is one of those. Yep, called that one. Went for it anyway because we're silly. We were nowhere. We should have done just gotten some camps. Should have gotten some camps. Now they're going to get a camp. We did damage a keep. I think we're still in a good position, relatively. So I'll talk about the talents afterwards and why I took them. It's pretty close to what I took in the PTR. I think, save for that level 1.
Select talent.
Level 20. I'm curious how I want to play this. I'm gonna try one of these. So I'm up in 10 seconds. Let's see what's going on over here. That's murky. That's okay. At least we know where the enemy team is for the moment. They're not at the boss. And that's good. Because they probably could have taken boss at that point. I'm going to head up that way because... Yeah, that's a solid call. I don't know if they're there. They are not. They are not. Though they're nearby. They are close enough that they can interfere. I should rush again, which I didn't do. There we go. So this is one of those ones, like, I don't think we should do this.
Warheads inbound. Countdown activated.
I mean, you can do that all you want. There she vanishes again. That's really silly that she can do this. My team is just gonna go for the boss, maybe? They're gonna go... I mean, they know where we are. Here we go. Here comes the enemy team. Here comes the enemy team. Zul'jin's got the right idea, not to engage the boss. Let's take this nuke. Whoop, gotta watch out for that. Who do we got? Who do we got? Good job. Let's go like this and try to mitigate some of this murky damage. I gotta do one of these. You can stun me all you want. I can walk and fire at the same time. I also maybe will be able to kill you. Come on, come on, come on, come on! Ah. I could have got him. Alright, I'm not gonna get there. We got 3. I didn't see. Falstad bailed out. Where'd you go? Did you go up here? You did! Oh, you're gonna die now.
Collection.
And down she goes. Good job. She should have hearthed when she had the chance. Let's do some core stuff. Let's actually we're just gonna push this. We're not gonna have enough for the core. We only got 2 people. We can push this a little bit. Murky should... Let's go on this. Let's see if we can get through. So, the plan here, more than anything else, is distract them from the minions that are on the core. So we've got a bunch, as you see, we got a bunch of minions that are doing work, and they're dealing with us, and that's their fault. They definitely should be working on the core. They're not. They're gonna get it, which is fine. Which is fine. I am okay with this. I'm gonna bail out. So we're in good shape. If we get some minions back there, we're gonna win. If we get a boss, we'll probably win. If we can drop a nuke on it, they will expect bottom. I'm not sure. I don't think they'll expect bottom after you just took this camp. Let's be honest. But that's fine. I don't think there's much they can do about it. I don't have my self-destruct up, so that's something I gotta watch out for. I'm gonna tap this well, and then go over there. Yeah, they know that's coming. I'm gonna go over here. Let Murky deal with Valera. As long as Valera is somewhere not near us, then that's where she needs to be. And good. Okay. So that, in theory, could be game. That's fine. We can leave her. We can leave her. We can go play with the boss. They're not pushing. They still have to go through a keep on top of that. Oh, we get gusted. There we go. Blow her up as soon as we get there. Now I'm gonna lose my mech before I get self-destruct, and that's the problem. There we go. Oh, that's missed it, missed it. Are we gonna get it? I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna leave anyway. We're just gonna go to the core. We're gonna let Valera do her thing. Chromie, or rather, Murky can't do anything about that. Go away. I keep missing big shot because I'm bad, but that's okay. Thank you, Zul'jin. Appreciate that. Sounds a pretty solid game. Pretty solid game. That's D.va. I thought we were going to do well because we kind of had the tank. Oh, look at that. A+. I will take it. So that's D.va. She doesn't do a whole lot of damage on her own. I mean, self-destruct can, but she's just in your face. She's going to get in your face, and she's going to force you to go away. I'm going to vote for myself because I'm selfish.
Epic.
Good job, team. Although I thought Murky did very, very well. Murky was really, really on point there. He did a lot of push and got a couple of nukes on that, as he saw in the MVP screen. Let's take a look at the talents that I took and why. Alright. Alright, first let's take a peek at the stats. I died more than I wanted to. And part of that is because I was overly aggressive when I didn't have self-destruct, and so I lost the mech, and then I was picked off. I was in the middle of 3 people. That's what you have to be careful about in pilot form. You get into the middle of people, and then if you don't have backup, that's it. You just die. I mean, you really you might as well just slap them. You actually do a surprising amount of damage 1v1. I mean, if it was like a 1-on-1, I probably would have lived. Like 1-on-1 with Kerrigan, I might be in trouble because she can stun me. But I kind of 1v1 Tracer the other day, and she just ran around me while I stood still, and I killed her because I did just a lot of damage that was unexpected. But you're in trouble if you lose the mech and you're in people. I mean, that's all you can say if you have no support. I think Murky did very well. I think we all did okay. I mean, other than pushing a couple of times when we shouldn't have, I think we did okay, all things considered. You know, they had a lot of damage there, so take a peek at the talents. Level 1 took Rush down. I spoke about this. This is Warhead Junction's a huge map. Wanted to take boosters because if you don't do damage, if you're not in combat, you don't take damage, you don't do damage, it will lower your shield, your cooldowns by 5 seconds. So as soon as you get out of spawn, you just jet, and you get 5 seconds, and then you can jet right again. It doesn't replace a mount. I think if you take that, you can actually get to places more quickly than if you're mounted. I think, don't quote me on that. I was reading that online. I didn't bother to actually check the timing on it. But you can go pretty quickly as long as you don't like run through a minion wave or something like that. Level 2, oh, that's interesting. I like how they lowered the levels to match up with Chromie. So that's I don't know if that's a bug or not. That might be a bug because I certainly wasn't Chromie. Level 4 Fusion Generator. Every time an enemy hero deals damage while inside defense matrix, D.va self-destruct charge increases by 1%. So just get that charge up as quickly as possible. Yeah, I don't think I used this. I don't think I used defense matrix. Me personally, I don't think I used defense matrix as well as I probably could or should. So maybe this doesn't get full value, but I still think it's a pretty solid talent. Level 7, Aggression Matrix. Basic attacks in mech mode against heroes lower the cooldown of defense matrix. So the whole idea is I'm going to be in people's grills, I'm going to be doing a whole lot of damage, doing a lot of auto attacks, which is going to lower the cooldown on defense matrix so I can cast it more and then increase my charge. Level 10 was Big Shot. I'm okay with Big Shot. I'm fine with what I took. I missed it like 8 times. I probably would have gotten a kill or 2. I missed it a couple of times. Bunny Hop might have worked here, actually. Bunny Hop might have been a better choice here, because I would have been able to like engage on enemies. It maybe would have kept Valera revealed. So Bunny Hop is a pretty viable alternative. I think that might have worked out actually kind of well. I don't think I got a whole lot of value out of Big Shot. I fired off a couple of parting shots and then got killed. It's really what I did. Level 13, Expensive Plating increases mech health by 20%, but also increases the cooldown of call mech by 15 seconds. I am fine by this. I'm still okay with this one. I mean, so let's go with that. Level 16, GG well played. Increased pilot mode basic attack damage by 75%, and participating in a takedown while in pilot mode instantly refreshes. There was at least one time where I did this, where I lost my mech, and somebody was in the middle, basically somebody was in the middle of us. I might have been Valera, I'm not sure. Fired off a couple of pot shots, and one of my teammates got the kill, and bang, instantly back in mech mode. And this one, level 20, I took Concussive Pulse. D.va gains a concussive pulse ability, allowing her to deal some damage and knock enemies back. This is sort of like a Lucio boop, if you will. Cooldown 8 seconds, so it's not so bad. So my thought process behind this one was I was playing just a little overly aggressive, and I was losing the mech when I was in trouble. When I was kind of in a bad spot. So the idea was if I happen to lose the mech again in a bad spot, I can kind of push people away. I'll go in, I'll push people away, and then maybe that will give me a few extra seconds to maybe like get a big shot off or get a couple of kills or just mount up and run away. Like, I'm not sure. You know, as it is, the game was kind of well in hand. I didn't really use it until the very end, and at that point it was game over. But I think this is not a bad one. If you're getting knocked out of your mech a little more often than you like, especially if you're getting knocked out when you're in danger, you can use this to kind of buy yourself a couple of extra seconds maybe before somebody can engage, give your team some time to get in on you. So that's D.va. I think that was an okay game. I mean, obviously there were mistakes made, but that's kind of how she plays. You know, you really want to, you know, most of the damage was done. I mean, even though its hero damage was actually pretty even up comparatively, I think most of the kills here. I'm actually surprised that I got 9 kills. To be quite honest, I didn't think I was doing that. A lot of the siege damage was from the nukes that I dropped, so I don't know how much that actually goes into play. Most of the siege damage was the nukes. I'm surprised at the hero damage. I did get 2 or 3 kills from self-destruct, so I guess that accounts for some of it. Really just being in everyone's face. You did see once Valera revealed herself, I could lock onto her and just keep her there and just kind of follow her around. You know, she had to vanish to kind of get past me, and then if I had dash, I can kind of run after her and chase her and kind of try and pop her again. So there's that. So there's D.va. I will fire up this talent build, excuse me. Fire up this talent build here on Heroes Hearth as I usually do. I will post it in the description. I think next up we might go and take a peek at that slightly reworked. We might take a peek at Alarak again, just because he's awesome and I like him and he's reworked and he's fun. And then we might also take a peek at the Dahaka again before we kind of proceed. I'm working on something for Cho'Gall now that it's time. My friend has not been on to play with, but soon, I promise you soon. Anyway, my name's Conman. Thanks again for watching. Let me know if you got any questions. Take care.